friends. Today I'm going to be starting off my Black History Month themed vlog. It's Black History Month. Today's February 2nd, I believe. And I really want to read more books by Black authors. I want to see myself represented on the pages. And I'm starting off this vlog with reading Black Kids. I really want to read this book. I've heard so much about it, and I finally got it on Libby, but it's due in 3 days, and I've been putting it off. But now I'm like, okay, I have to read it. It's Black History Month, and I just want to read as many books by Black authors as possible this month. And I thought I'd vlog my process. I don't know how many books I'm going to read, but I've been on Goodreads I was on Goodreads today for an hour, and I found 4 or 5 romances that I want to read. I started The Death of Vivek Oji today. I'll dive more into this, but my priority right now is the Black Kids, so I'll keep you updated on that. Hey, so I'm back, and I'm 70 or 80 pages into Black Kids, and so far what I'm noticing is that the main character lets other girls be racist towards her and say, oh, you're Black, say the N-word, you have things harder because you're Black, oh, we wish we were you, because it'd be easier for you to get in college because you're Black. And at first I was okay, I already knew about this coming into the book, but now it was really starting to irritate me because I couldn't imagine being friends with people like this. And I'm okay, I'm hoping this gets better. I'm hoping she grows a backbone, or at least stop being friends with these people. And the thing I love about the book is that we see so much about the main character's family, and we see more about who she is and what she's into. But I don't know, this whole letting white people diminish who you are, especially girls you've been friends with since you were 5 years old, doesn't sit well with me, and I'm not really feeling it. So hopefully this stops, but I'm not even 100 pages into the book. Once I get that far, I'll let you know what I think. But for now, I'm enjoying the scenery, and I'm not even really sure what this book is supposed to be about. All I know is so far they're talking about Rodney King, who was beaten in California by police officers, and there's this whole trial going on for that. And I don't know, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be taking from this, but all I know is the girl in high school with racist friends, and that's all I know for now, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, so it's been a while since I updated the vlog. It's been about a week. I just haven't really been in a reading mood. I've only read 2 books so far this month. Technically one that I've started in this month because I started Daisy Jones and the Six in my last reading vlog, and it bled into February 1st. But yeah, I read The Death of Vivek Oji. I know I was talking to you guys about, I think it was called Black Kids, but I don't know, I just wasn't really vibing with it, and I don't want to force myself to read something I don't want to read, but I did really want to get to this because Books and Lala talked about it in one of her vlogs of reading other YouTubers' favorites, and also because as soon as this came out, I saw it was for Book of the Month, but I ended up choosing something different for my Book of the Month that month. And I really just wanted to finally get to this, and when I saw it at one of my libraries, I had to pick it up. and it's just been sitting around in my room, and I was like, okay, multiple people are reading this, saying it's their favorite. Why am I not reading it? And it's by a Black author, and it's Black History Month. So why not read a Black author with Black characters in Black History Month? Anyways, basically, I would have updated you while I was reading this, but what can I really say? We already know that Vivek OG dies, but we don't really get too much of a backstory why, but we follow his family, his cousins, his closest friends, his mother, his father, his aunt, his uncle, and we follow them dealing with the aftermath of him dying, and before, like, they weren't really noticing signs about who he was as a person and who they later became to be, you know? So that's all I really can say about this book, is that it was just so beautiful, and I don't regret reading this. It was pretty sad. It was pretty heartbreaking. I did feel like a little bit upset while reading this, but I also really couldn't put it down. I read like 60 pages last week, and then a couple days ago I just sat down and finished the rest of the book in one day, because I was like, I just have to get this done. Like, it's gonna be weighing on my mind. But now I'm thinking I don't really want to read more books about like Black suffering right now. I don't know, it puts me in a weird type of mood. Like, I started The Hate You Give earlier last month, and maybe I'll finish that for this vlog. But I'm not really in the mood for Black suffering. I am in the mood for like fantasy with Black characters though. So I was thinking of starting The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I just got this in from the library a couple weeks ago, and I do have it on Kindle, but I did want to read it physically. And I mean, I can always reread it on Kindle anytime I want, you know? But I don't know much about this book, but I know it is high fantasy, I believe. I'm going to read the excerpt just to put myself onto what it's about to. And you guys, the Omi-Hai people have been fighting an unwinnable fight for 100,000 years. Their society has been built around war and only war. Lucky ones are born gifted. 1 in every 2,000 women has the power to call down dragons. 1 in every 100 men is able to magically transform himself into a bigger, stronger, faster killing machine. Everyone is fought or destined to fight and die in the endless war. Young giftless Tao knows all this, but he has a plan of escape. He's going to get himself injured, get out early, and settle down to the simple life marriage, children, land. And to those closest to him are brutally murdered, and his grief swiftly turns to anger. Fueled by thoughts and revenge, Tao dedicates himself to an unthinkable path. He'll become the greatest swordsman to ever live, a man willing to die 100,000 times for the chance to kill the 3 who betrayed him. And so I've heard so much about this, like, just in 2020 alone, but I never got to it. It is a chunker, but I will be reading this for this vlog because I feel like I need a change of scene. Like, I need something different. I need Black in my life. Like, I need to read more books from Black authors, like I've been saying. And I've been honestly searching for, like, more fantasy books by Black authors. I do want to read Legendborn. I have to pick that up from the library. But maybe I'll make this a series of this month. Like, maybe even next week I'll post, like, another reading vlog. I don't know. I just want to dedicate my time to lifting up Black authors and shining light on them on my channel more. I was thinking about reading the second book in the 5th season trilogy, but I realized I might have to reread the 5th season because I don't remember barely anything. Like, that was a whirlwind reading that, and I feel like I need to pick that back up because I did just get it from Goodwill for like $1.99, and I remember reading it on ebook, so now I have a physical copy of that, and I might just have to buy the rest of the series now because your girl does not remember the book as much as I wished I did. Like, I'm like, huh? What? As I was reading the first chapter, and that's how I knew, like, yeah, girl, you need to reread the book. But anyways, I'm just gonna be getting ready really fast because I have class in exactly 30 minutes, and I'm going for a bike ride, and I'm gonna get food with my boyfriend, and just probably watch Netflix and just chill, honestly. Not like that, but you know what I mean, just like hang out. I think we might go for a hike. I don't know what is in the cards, but I know we're going on a bike ride, and we're going to get food. Anyways, I thought I'd get ready with you guys really fast. I might speed this up, but I did want to talk about like my channel and what I want to accomplish this year on my channel, because I don't know, I've been feeling like in a rut with what I've been reading. I've been feeling in a rut with what I've been posting. That's why I'm not posting as often. I don't know, I'm just not really inspired to post right now, and I feel like that's totally okay. Like, I should post when I want to post, because you know, this channel isn't about like getting views or like anything like that. It's about like my love for reading, something that I've always loved to do. And I feel like I need to just dedicate my time to reading books that I really, really enjoy. And I'm not just reading it because, oh, I started it, I should finish it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I do not want to be in a reading slump. It's just something I don't want to deal with. And, wow, I don't know where any of my stuff is. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, I do have water right here. I was like, oh, I need to wet my beauty blender. I don't have water, and I actually do. But yeah, so I don't know, I guess I wanted to tell you, like, sorry if, well, I'm not really too sorry, because I feel like everyone needs that time to have a break. I don't know, just especially for your mental health. So if I don't post this often, that's why. But like, I am coming up with content ideas. I do like filming reading vlogs, though. I found that out. So I'll probably be filming more reading vlogs, but if there's anything that you do want to see from me, just let me know, and I'll try to put that out. Leave book suggestions that are by Black authors with fantasy or romance or anything like that. Preferably like underrated books if you have any, because that's really what I want to read. Anyways, I'm gonna start doing my makeup, and I might speed this part up. Okay, so I just finished getting ready. This is the final look. and I did a little wing. Hi, it is currently February 25th, and I've been filming this vlog all month just because I've been in like a huge reading slump. But I'm back, and I decided not to read The Rage of Dragons. I didn't want to get into that right now, but and it was due back at the library too, and I really want to read it physically, so I'll probably have to buy that one. But I did pick up Elizabeth Acevedo's The Poet X, and I'm so excited to get into this. I feel like I could finish this today actually, especially because I have the audiobook on Audible, and it's a book written in verse. It's about Ziamara, who feels unheard and unable to hide in her Harlem neighborhood, and she writes all the time, and she writes poetry, and she was invited to like a poetry club, but her mother is really religious and wouldn't want her to go, but she feels like she can't be silenced. So I'm going to be reading this and listening to the audiobook, and I'll keep you updated on what I think. I feel like this is going to be such a short read because look at the pages, and I have to check the audiobook, but I'm really excited to read this, and I read With the Fire on High, and I really, really like that, and I'm hoping I really love this one. Like, look at all the awards it's gotten. That's literally insane. But yeah, I wanted to finish this vlog out with a bang for Black History Month, and at least read 2 books and show the process of me reading one of them at least. But yeah, I was like, what am I going to read to finish out this vlog? What am I going to read? And this is the perfect book to read. Like, look at this cover. It's so beautiful. Even though this is blocking it. So exactly 100 pages into the Poet X, and I'm on part 2. And so far what I've gathered is that I really like Ziamara. I think she's very relatable as like a 15, almost 16-year-old. Like, I remember feeling like similar ways about being like 15 and like wanting to date boys and wanting to be with boys and like all that stuff. And I don't know, it's just so interesting hearing like a perspective of like someone who, you know, doesn't want to go to church and or like isn't really in agreement with everything that's going on in church. And I just really found this dynamic between her mom and Ziamara really interesting. It's something that I've always thought about like people's relationship with their moms and how like that will kind of like shape them as a person, at least while they're young at least. And I think what Ziamara's mom isn't realizing is that she should listen to her daughter, you know. Instead of like forcing her to do things, she should ask her why doesn't she want to do these things. And I don't know, it's just so interesting. And I'm really, really liking it. I'm listening to the audiobook. I thought I had this on Audible, but I had Clap When You Land on Audible, and I do want to read that too. But I found the Poet X, the audiobook, on Hoopla from the library, so I've been listening to it. And Elizabeth Acevedo is so good at narrating. Like, I just love her voice, and it just sounds so good. And like the little things that she says and like the Spanish, it's so great, honestly. And I'm glad I finally decided to pick this up. Like, I've been in a reading slump, and I feel like if I would have picked this up sooner, then I wouldn't have been in a reading slump for so long. this will be the 4th book I read this month, and I'm hoping to finish one more after I finish this, but this will be the last book I read in this vlog. So I'll try to keep you updated with what I'm thinking, probably like in the next 100 pages, because I'm definitely finishing this today. Back with an update. I'm on page 220, and I just made it to part 3. So right now I'm realizing that I'm in love with this book. I'm loving it way more than I liked with the Fire and High. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, with the Fire and High. Yeah, so I'm loving it way more. Like the poetry in this, like the verses are just so much. They're just so intense. I really don't know, like the writing, I'm really feeling it, and like the way that I can't relate to Ziamara's religious mom, but I can relate to like being in a religion, and I am Christian, and like, you know, like not, you know, like realizing like there's all these things that you're not supposed to do, and figuring out how to separate them and still being yourself. But also with Ziamara, it's so much more intense because her mom is very, very religious, and she's been this way her whole entire life, and Ziamara is just trying to navigate that, but at the same time still be like a 15-year-old girl, you know, like still want to experience. I feel like a lot of people want to experience is like a relationship romance. I don't know, but I'm just so obsessed with this book right now. Like this last chapter, I can't spoil anything, but there's a conflict with Ziamara and her mom, and then the day after there's a conflict with Ziamara and someone else at her school, and I don't know. I'm gonna finish this today, obviously, but I'll keep updating you. I have so much time to read this too. Like, I'm in class right now, but what am I doing? Reading. So that's how you know this book is just so good. I finished The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, and it's definitely a 5 out of 5 stars. This is my favorite book that I read by her, because this is now the 2nd book I read, and I loved the poetry in this so much. I loved that Ziamara makes me want to start writing and performing poetry with how passionate she is about it. And I love the representation, like LGBT, in this book. It was just everything and more to me, honestly. Like, the romance was super cute, and at times in the book I was like tearing up. I was like a little sad. I don't know, I just felt like a lot of emotions from this book. And I felt like this is a story that I'd want my sister to read, who is 16, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a good story, and I really, really enjoyed this book, and I wish I owned it. And I kept seeing it at my used bookstore, and like, I can't believe I didn't buy it that day. Like, I really want to own this book now, and I feel like this is something I would reread, and I just really, really, really enjoyed this book. Without giving too much away, I think I've said enough, but a lot of good authors have said positive things about this book, and I don't know why it's taking me so long to pick this up. Like, it's amazing, truly. Anyways, that'll be the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of all over the place, and it spanned across this whole entire month. I went to the lake, I was hanging out with my boyfriend. I just did so many things in this vlog. I was doing schoolwork. So I hope you got to see what a month in my life looks like, I guess, because I've been filming this for so long, and it's finally complete 3 days before the end of the month. But yeah, happy Black History Month, everyone.